Hey guys, welcome on the Engineer-Millionaire channel. Here all about the work and life of engineers. In this video I want to talk about the three main paths of an engineer's development, and at the end of this video I will tell you which path I consider the best. If you don't want to regret about your past in 10, 20 or 30 years, watch this video until the end. So my opinion is based on my 15 years of experience working rotations in different countries from -50 to +50 degrees Celsius in forest, sea and desert. So the first path I recommend is called scientific. That means after graduating from university you enroll in a PhD. This doesn't mean you have to teach at the university full-time. So I recommend getting a job and enroll in a PhD part-time, which usually takes a bit longer, around like 4 or 5 years. But the advantage of this option is that after 5 years you have a PhD degree and the 5 years of work experience. Then I recommend looking for a job in scientific centers of companies in your industry. All major companies, regardless of the industry, have research centers. So these are amazing high-tech centers where scientists and engineers from around the world together. So an incredible place to develop as an engineer. Working in such centers, you always be motivated, you just run to work every morning. You are constantly inventing, brainstorming and experimenting with everything, so you will not be burned out, especially if you change such centers instead of staying in one for all your life.
Sending hundreds of resumes but not getting any response? Engineer-Now is a platform for creating resumes for engineers of all professions. The most crucial aspect of a technical specialist's resume is their professional skills. On the Engineer-Now platform, technical skills and competencies for almost all engineering professions have been manually selected, and you can add them to your resume with just one click. In today's world, most companies use AI algorithms to screen resumes, so even the format of your resume matters during the selection process. Engineer-Now uses formats tested over the years on hundreds of engineers. Use what truly works.
The second path is vertical growth. That's when over your career you move from an engineer to a CEO at the company. So a good example here is Google CEO Sundar Pichai. In this case you will always be motivated because every few years you move to a next position, high position, and looking back you'll be happy with your path. Of course this doesn't have to be within company. As your career progresses you can move from one company to another. The third path, followed by, unfortunately, most engineers, is what I call a dead-end path. So where you spend your entire career, let's say like 40 years, jumping from one company to another. Mostly it's horizontal move or maybe minor vertical. So where you become a supervisor or line manager, and after a few years you return to be an engineer again and again and again and so on. In terms of your professional development, there are no leaps forward, so work becomes routine and boring, which demotivates you, leading to a professional burnout. In my second profession as a career coach, I interact a lot with the engineers, and the level of development I see in most engineers is relatively weak. So when I ask an engineer with like 10 years of experience about their strengths and what they do at work, I often hear answers like filling out Excel sheets, compiling reports, ordering spare parts, work planning and other administrative tasks. Guys, where is an engineer? So everything I just listed is secretary work, not engineering, right? So why did engineers study formulas, do calculations, conduct lab experiments, delve into physics, chemistry and so on? Just to spend their lives working with Excel, Word and Outlook. So, and when do this kind of work every day, any desire to develop disappear. So in the end, work becomes a fortune for the rest of your life. I think many engineers can relate to these words now, but for those who can't, don't worry, you still have time ahead. Most will realize this after several years, so if you disagree with me, you write your opinion in the comments. As promised at the beginning of this video, let me now share the path I consider the best. Of course it's not for everyone, most people will still follow the third path. So the ideal path is a blend of the first path and the business. It means you work, get a PhD degree, continue developing in the scientific field, so work in research centers, but at the same time you invent something, register patents, write books, etc. Just one successful patent for some invention can make you a millionaire. And maybe you even start a company to develop your own product, right? Why do I consider this path is the best? Because it's a win-win. Firstly, you have a good job, which means stable income, and at least you won't have to worry about supporting your family or paying bills. Secondly, over the time you get a PhD degree, which will strengthen your position as a specialist and allow you to get a higher paying job, maybe overseas, and build a good capital for your future life. And if you invest something, there is a chance to become a millionaire and create a passive income through royalties from patent sales. Why is this option win-win? If you never manage to invent anything in your life, it's okay. You still have a good job, you are valuable and successful engineer, a doctor of science. And if you couldn't even get a PhD degree, that's okay too. So you can at least count on a good, high-paying job. And by investing your earnings wisely, you still build a good capital and ensure a secure future for yourself and your family. That's it for now. Bye-bye. See you in the next video.